Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time. A happy new year to all our viewers and subscribers. I want you to have a happy, successful, wonderful 2022. I appreciate you all and welcome to this episode of Ignition Time and a happy new year once again to our entire beautiful community. If you're not a subscriber yet, please consider clicking the subscribe button. And in this episode of Ignition Time, I'm going to explore the impact of all the changes in the past couple of years, all the changes in 2020 and 2021, and how they'll have an impact on workers, on jobs, on unemployment in 2022. Once again, welcome to our channel. Now, I have explored how retirement is going to permanently alter the American economy. In fact, the mass retirement of older workers combined with the increased demand for labor has created what I think is a Goldilocks scenario, a massive opportunity, if you will, for job seekers with the right amount of qualifications and the right training. Now, I don't mean qualifications in terms of a degree. I mean individuals who are multifaceted, individuals who spend time reading books, watching videos, learning from other mentors to become the best versions of themselves so that they can be effective employees or so that they can, if they want, start their own business. Honestly, I prefer if people do their own thing. But hey, honestly, what matters is what makes you happy, whether you start your own business or whether you want to improve your own skills so that you can be a better employee, so that you can contribute more to your workforce and get paid more. That is your choice. The fact is, those who do want to work have more opportunities, particularly in service industries that actually lost a huge number of workers as a direct result of the pandemic. What's happening is that workers are quitting their jobs in a phenomenon called the Great Resignation. I have covered this on our channel, but most of those who quit already appear to have another job lined up. So what I suggest you do in 2022 is improve your skills. Learn as much as you can, whether it's reading books, watching YouTube videos. Learn as much as you can to improve your own skills, expand your own horizons so that you can give suggestions to your management, to your boss, or if you want to start your own business, be my guest. But think outside the box because the world is full of opportunity in 2022. In fact, a lot of workers have now experienced higher wage gains in positions that had no wage gains for almost 4 decades. So a lot of companies are actually paying their workers higher wages, and this is a good thing. And so you can be assured that as long as you have the right approach, as long as you've put in enough time to improve your skills, to enhance your skills, I'm not just talking about more experience in what you do. Let's say, for example, you work in a restaurant, and let's say for the sake of argument, you're a bartender. It's not enough that you're an experienced bartender. What if you learn new ways to do things? Maybe new ways to attract customers, new ways to mix drinks, new ways to engage customers, get into conversations with them, different kinds of events you could do at the bar. These are the things that employers are looking for. Employers are looking for more engagement. Employers are looking to turn suspects into prospects into customers. They're looking to turn customers into raving fans and human billboards and growing their own business. And if you can try and work on marketing, if you can try and work on your people skills, you can become an invaluable part of your workplace. You can become an asset to your employer. You can become an indispensable part of your organization. You might even be able to start your own business. At the end of the day, we must keep improving our skills. I'll actually give you my own example. When the pandemic began, my businesses, fortunately, knock on wood, were doing well. But I said to myself, hey, a lot of us are working from home. I have a little bit more time on my hands because my companies run themselves. I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel took on a life of its own. The amount of income from the YouTube channel alone was twice what I expected to make from the YouTube channel in 2020, and 2021 has been no different. I was able to take what was essentially a negative, having more time on my hands, and convert it into a positive and offer more value to our community through the YouTube channel. Now, you can do something similar. If you want to start a YouTube channel, be my guest. If you want to learn a new skill, perhaps how you can trade in the stock market, do that. If you want to learn a new skill, if you want to take up painting, if you want to do things like, I don't know, if you like doing things around your own house, and if you want to provide your services and your skills to other individuals, do it. The point is, you need to be able to continuously expand your own skills. And wage growth has been rising among low-income workers. Here's an image on your screen that shows you the median monthly wage growth, which is a 12-month moving average and you can start to see that the bottom 25% of income earners have actually seen wage growth. Wages are up about 5.1%. So this is a good thing. According to Bernard Baumhall, who's a chief global economist at the Economic Outlook Group, the whole pandemic has really affected especially employees that were stuck in low wage sectors, restaurants, the hospitality industry. This group is no longer willing to tolerate those kinds of wages and those conditions that they experienced prior to the pandemic and during the pandemic. And they also realize they have a lot more leverage now and are moving out of those low paying jobs with long hours. What is the bottom line, folks? The bottom line is that you have the power. And I want you to understand that you don't have to be resigned to the same dead-end job that you've had in the past. You now have the opportunity to create your own future. But, and I want to be straight with you here, you have a responsibility to yourself and to your family to continuously improve your own skills and not just expect things to happen to you. I want you to make things happen to you. I don't want you to just expect things to happen to you. So, what has been the impact on the American economy? Now, some workers have had more and more jobs. In fact, job openings in industries like restaurants, hotels, and retail. So, what has been the impact on the economy? Now, let's be clear. Job openings in restaurants, hotels, and retail are at record highs. But for some sectors, particularly retail and healthcare, they haven't been able to hire enough people to balance out the number of individuals who are actually leaving their jobs. And that really is part of the problem here. Let's take a look at this image on your screen that shows you the industries with the highest quit rates in October 2021. This is the permanent impact to the US economy. Hospitality and food, significant quit rates, much higher than 2019. Retail trade, people are quitting. Arts, entertainment and recreation, people are quitting. Professional and business services, people quitting. Non-durable goods and manufacturing, healthcare and social assistance, construction and other services, people are quitting. So what is happening, folks, is that the struggle to hire and retain workers has dominated headlines. In fact, nursing homes and residential care facilities are experiencing a significant labor shortage. Childcare centers are losing workers to other employers, and this is causing ripple effects throughout the economy. Now, at the end of the day, folks, I do believe that things will gradually return to normal, but the entire job market, the entire employment scenario is going to be forever altered in 2022, and there are going to be opportunities in sectors where people are leaving, like the sectors I've pointed out to you. You've got to ask yourself, what do you want to do? What is it that you feel you're the best at? And what can you do to continuously improve your skills in order to make yourself an invaluable part of that particular sector? In fact, there have been steep declines in immigration as overall population growth falls. What's happening, and you see this image on your screen, the number of births are declining, the number of deaths are increasing, and the net immigration is actually reducing. According to Marianne Wanamaker, who's an economics professor at the University of Tennessee and a top economist in the White House during the Trump administration, if the labor force participation rate does not move and immigration does not recover, then we cannot continue to grow at the pace we otherwise would. We cannot automate fast enough to keep us on track. In other words, we need people to work. Right now, Americans have to learn to live with too few workers in key aspects of their life. And I'll quote from the Washington Post article as I wrap up this episode of Ignition Time and we welcome the new year. If 2021 was a stark reminder of how much the economy depends on low-wage labor, 2022 will be a test of how and whether employers and workers can find a new and better balance. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Once again, a happy new year. I hope you have a wonderful and prosperous 2022. Let's do that together. Thank you for being a part of our community. Please help spread the word about the Ignition Time channel. We'll provide you with a link to our resource in the description section below. I'm looking forward to making 2022 one of the best years you've ever had, and I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to do that. Thank you so much. Once again, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode of Ignition Time. Take care. Bye.